Shalom Aleichem, everyone. Hope everyone's summer is going great. Everyone had a great week. It is now Erev Shabbos Parashat Ekev, and we are in the middle of reading Moshe Rabbeinu's soliloquy, his last messages to Bnei Yisrael before his death, and as they're about to enter into Eretz Yisrael. And he recounts a lot of things that have happened throughout the Jewish sojourn in the Midbar, including the Meraglim and the failure of the Meraglim. And the Meraglim missed out on something very, very fundamental. And they missed out on, again, a misappreciation of what Eretz Yisrael was all about. Moshe Rabbeinu in Parashat Shlach sends out the Meraglim to scout out the land, to make a determination of what was the proper approach. Really, he sends them out to go ahead and give confidence to the Jewish people as they're going to conquer Eretz Yisrael. But of course, that's not what they come back with. They come back with a message. There are giants there. It is an Eretz that is Ochel Toshveha, is a lot of challenges. It's going to be very, very difficult. And basically they editorialize and they create a dour feeling. And the truth is that the Meraglim were Gedolei Olam, and they called it as they saw it. What exactly was their mistake? And their mistake was tragic, it was major. It caused the downfall of this entire generation. So perhaps the answer lies in this week's parsha. If you take a look at the psukim, very, very inspiring psukim, in Perek Yud Aleph, beginning of Shishi, Pasuk Yud, the Torah tells us, Ki ha'aretz, and this is Moshe Rabbeinu speaking, Ki ha'aretz asher ata ba shama l'rishta, lo ke'eretz Mitzrayim hi, asher yitzas misham. The land of Israel that you're about to enter into is not at all like Eretz Mitzrayim that you came from. Eretz Mitzrayim, what happens is, asher tizra es zaracha, vishkisa biraglecha kegan ha'yerek. You go out and plant, and then you water, and things grow. V'ha'aretz asher atem ovrim shama l'rishta, eretz harim ubik'os. It is a land of mountains, of valleys. Limtar hashamayim tishtamayim. In order for things to grow there, it's not that you have this great irrigation system like the Nile. You need rainwater. Eretz asher Hashem Elokecha doresh osa. The land of Israel is a land that Hashem Elokecha doresh osa tamid. Einei Hashem Elokecha ba. The eyes of God are always on the land of Israel. When? Mereishis Hashana vad achris Hashana. Hashem is looking over this land from the beginning of the year till the end of the year. It is not a land that is like the land of Mitzrayim, which again is irrigated through a natural river irrigation system. In order for our land to become irrigated, for the crops to grow, we need rain from Shamayim. There's a very, very tight relationship of hashgacha that exists in Eretz Yisrael. The Gashmius of Eretz Yisrael does not come willy-nilly, does not come through normal, natural means. It comes through a direct and unique Hashgachas Hashem. And this really was the ultimate failure of the Meraglim. Yes, the Meraglim saw what they saw, and they reported exactly what they saw. There were big people in Canaan. There were challenges in Canaan. It was going to be difficult, perhaps, to conquer Eretz Canaan. But that wasn't really their mandate. Their mandate was to understand this beautiful, beautiful pasuk, that Eretz Yisrael is Eretz Asher Hashem Elokecha doresh osa, tamid eni Hashem Elokecha ba, mereishis Hashana vad achris Hashana. This is a unique land where there's a tremendous sense of hashgacha pratis, a tremendous sense of connectivity between Hashem, His land, and His people. And if they came back with that message, a message of inspiration, a message of uplifting us, that even though there might be challenges, but don't worry, we do our part, Hashem is with us, it's going to happen. So then all of a sudden, everything changes. But they looked at this as military scouts, and they came back with a very, if you will, black and white military type of analysis. And of course, that was a very fundamental and tragic mistake. There's a joke that's told. There's a beautiful book, actually, I recommend that you read, by Yehuda Avner, called The Prime Ministers, but especially read the section about Menachem Begin. Menachem Begin was an amazing, amazing person who was a real Yarei Shamayim. The book describes towards the end of his life and the end of his state as his tenure as prime minister. He fought on the Knesset floor against all odds, an old man getting up to fight that El Al should not fly their planes on Shabbos. Might be bad for business, maybe yes, maybe not, but if you are the carrier, the national airline, the carrier of the Jewish people, you're not going to have Hatzlacha if you're flying on Shabbos, because this is a land that Hashem is watching Mereishis Hashana about Achris Hashana. So the joke is told that there was once a meeting between Ronald Reagan and Menachem Begin. Menachem Begin comes to Washington, D.C., visits the Oval Office, and he sees Reagan's got this bank of telephones on the wall, and different colors. There's a red one, and Begin asks Reagan, "What's that red phone for?" And he says, "Ooh, that's my direct call to Red China." And then there's another phone that's red with some yellow stripes, symbolizing the Soviet Union and their flag. What's that? Ooh, that's the direct call to the Kremlin, the head of the Soviet Union. And what's that phone with the maple leaf? Well, that's my direct line to Canada. Oh, what's that white phone? Oh, that white phone? That when I'm in really, really, really tough times, when I'm really struggling, when I have a very, very serious situation, that's the phone to God. Okay? A couple months later, Reagan is visiting Israel. And he comes into the Knesset and he walks into Menachem Begin's office. And he also sees a bank of phones. And he also sees a white phone. And Begin's on that white phone all the time. On and off, on and off. And Reagan asks Begin, "The white phone by us, we never use that phone except under the most dire situations. And I see you're on that phone all the time. What's going on?" And Menachem Begin answered, "White phone by us, it's a local call. And therefore we can be on that phone all the time." That's exactly the case. Eretz Yisrael is a place that Einei Hashem Elokecha Ba. Hashem is watching this land. And you see people, amazing things, miraculous things happen if you just open your eyes, open our eyes, our collective national eyes, to what's been going on in this country the past 70, 71 years. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The Panovich Rav lost everything in the Holocaust. Lost his entire family, 10, 11 children, lost his wife, lost everything. And on the heels of the Shoah, he broke ground in Bnei Brak to the Panovich Yeshiva. And people saw him breaking ground to build a Panovich Yeshiva. And they looked at him and they said, "You're absolutely crazy. We have nothing. There's nothing here. There's poverty. We've lost everything." And here, in the middle of World War II, towards the end of World War II, he starts breaking ground on the yeshiva. And indeed, he understood. And today, the Panovich Yeshiva, of course, is one of the biggest yeshivas in the world, because he understood that this land does not work by normal means. It does not work b'derech hateva. It does not work like Eretz Mitzrayim. He understood what the Meraglim missed out on. Here we work with different sets of rules. Who could have predicted that 70 years after the Shoah, our country looks like it does? So developed, high-tech, military, beauty, everything. Spirituality, ruchnius, Torah, everything. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. And it's a real expression of the words of this pasuk in Parashat Ekev. This is Eretz Asher Hashem Elokecha Doresh Osa Tamid Einei Hashem Elokecha Ba. So may we be zoche to truly appreciate the gift that we have, the gift that we're watching, the miracle that we're watching, the fact that we have our land and Eine Hashem Elokecha Ba.